like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here because I'm worried about sharks. And his response was, yeah, and I heard that they like dark meat. Like, excuse me?
For those of you who are new here, which is all of you, hi, I'm Sheridon, and I'm a 28-year-old living in New York City. Actually, I'm thriving. And this channel is all about how to thrive in New York City, all while living your best single life and traveling solo. So, if that sounds like you, hit the subscribe button.
First off, look at my hair. Just did eyelashes done, nails done, everything did. I leave for Europe tomorrow and I'm so excited, you guys. I'm gonna have you guys pack with me, and in the process of us packing, we're gonna talk about moments in general of what it's like being a Black solo female traveler. Some of my favorite moments, some of my least favorite moments. Stay tuned and pack with me. This is my suitcase. I literally got this $40 on Amazon, and it has literally lasted me for like the 5 years that I've lived in New York. I'm a little nervous because I'm flying North-South Atlantic, and you have to like check in with them in person at the airport. I'm bringing this bag, which this is very much can fit in the airplane, but this is not like a personal size bag. This is very much like a carry-on size bag. I'm just nervous they are gonna see this and make me pay to have it in, but let's hope not. So I always keep a lock attached because I stay at hostels a lot, you guys. And then I always have like a tote or something like this for if I'm like going around the city. I also have a headscarf that I always have. This is my travel headscarf. I always have a blanket, a microfiber towel, a big and small one, a neck pillow. Always have a empty water bottle and my little iPhone protector for whenever I'm doing water sports. Always have my travel like toiletry bag, and always carry a hamper bag. I think the first thing that I want to do is just lay out everything that I know that I'm going to bring on my couch right now. Just lay it out so I can do kind of like a checklist of everything that I might need. All right, we're gonna start off with what was my most embarrassing travel moment, you guys. And we all have these moments, not just traveling. We just have these moments in life in general. We're human. It is what it is. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get embarrassed. I'm embarrassed every day by myself, just existing. My most embarrassing travel moment was actually in Egypt, you guys. So when I was in Egypt, I did a tour with Kentucky, and I was paired with the sweetest little Australian girl, you guys. Her name is Caitlin. Shout out to Caitlin. She was a real one. But when we were on this tour, y'all, we did an overnight train basically throughout the entire country. We started very north of Egypt. We went all the way south of Egypt. This train was like, I think like 17 hours. So our tour guide, he was like, okay, you guys are gonna party and get drunk and get to know everyone. And we were like, okay, cool, fun. Tell me why I got so drunk, you guys. Like, I got stupid drunk. And I threw up. It was already dirty, and I just made it 10 times worse because I was just so drunk. And it was so embarrassing. But of course, Caitlin is a real one, and she is literally the sweetest angel out there. And she was like, maybe it was like the motion sickness of the train. Maybe it was like the liquor. He said not to have the whiskey, and you wanted the whiskey. Maybe, you know, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. And I'm just like, Caitlin, sweetheart, I appreciate you trying to validate my bad behaviors, but I was drunk. Like, let's just call it what it is. But just know, like, when you watch that video, when I was going through it. I'm gonna pack 3 books with me. I always like to have a journal with me, hence why I always have a pen with me, because I like to just write things, especially when I'm on the plane. I like to journal and just like write what I'm feeling, my excitement for going to a new spot. I love to bring The Alchemist with me when I'm traveling. I feel like it's a really good book for like when you're going to a new spot to just keep your mind like positive and just motivated. But it's not too much like self-help, do this, do that. It's like very much like a story involved, but you understand like the metaphors behind it. I'm bringing this one. This is a new one. I've read this book already, but I haven't done any of like the notes and journaling parts for it, so I want to do it for this trip, you guys. I'm gonna go through actually my toiletry bag and just make sure that everything is just like stocked up that I will need. My soap in here, which actually I got these soap saver things for whenever I'm done using my soap to help it dry faster, like that, just so it can dry faster. Oh, now it's not closing. There we go. Toothbrush, toothpaste, and floss in here. I always like to have like an emergency like safety pins and different things like that. Always some eye drops for my eye because I got LASIK eye surgery done and sometimes my eyes get a little dry. Hand cream in there, some medication, some melatonin just in case I can't go to sleep at night or can't sleep on the plane. In this little aluminum foil thing, I have Tums in here in case my tummy is giving me issues. I have this clear thing that is clearly like really dirty. It's mostly just like my skincare stuff, you guys. Face wash, scalp tonic because my scalp gets pretty dry, vitamin C serum, moisturizing cream for my face, mousse for my hair, leave-in, which I need to refill this because that's empty, some SPF, immune booster if I'm starting to feel not so hot. So some of my favorite travel moments would be definitely Berlin. Some of my top moments. Berlin is such a great country to go to if you are traveling solo. It was the first country that I went to like completely solo. Didn't really plan much and just like went on a whim and just to like try and figure it out and see what I could get into. And you guys, I met so many incredible people there. People that like I am friends with now, and I ended up going back to Berlin because I just feel like I didn't do it justice the first time. Because definitely highly recommend Berlin being a place for you to go if it's your first time traveling, especially as a solo Black female. I went and I felt extremely comfortable. Everyone there was so incredibly friendly and so incredibly nice. I also really loved Egypt. One of my favorite travel moments was hot air ballooning over the Valley of the Kings there. That was something that I actually was thinking of skipping and not doing because I really wanted to do it in Turkey. But I was like, you know what, I'm here, I might as well do it. That definitely, whenever I think of Egypt, I think of that moment and also me throwing up in the train. But anyway, I traveled solo to Costa Rica, but I did it through G Adventures, a tour group. A lot of the people in my group were like way older than me because I did like a regular tour. I didn't do like a tour that was like age restricted to like younger people. And so when I first saw who all was going to be in my group, I was a little nervous because a lot of them were like 50-year-olds. But I ended up being like really attached to this one like Canadian lady. And I called her my Canadian mom during the trip because we were basically like inseparable through it all. And she ended up doing it with me because her friend who came with her didn't want to do it. And I was like, come on, do it. You're turning 50. Like, live your life. And she's like, yeah. So she ended up doing it with me and we were like this for the whole trip. So let's get into some least favorite moments, unfortunately. What you'll notice too, you guys, is that especially if you're traveling within like a tour group, it's never like the local people that you have to worry about. It's always like the people who are within the group who are usually American or like of some type of like Western culture that end up just like saying like the most ignorant and like stupid and that's what's gonna like piss you off the most and like really rub you the wrong way about traveling. When I was in Costa Rica, right, my Canadian mother, her friend, the other one that we talked about, remember, our tour guide was like, we very much only saw half of the country. We saw basically like the western side of the country. She was basically like explaining this to us, saying like, we're only seeing like one half of the country. The other side of the country is the Caribbean side, and it's more island life. It's more laid back. Like you can tell a change in the people as well because it is on the Caribbean side. My Canadian mom didn't really hear what she said, so she was asking her friend, the other Canadian lady, oh, what did she say about the other side of Costa Rica? And the friend was like, oh, she said that's the black side. And then as soon as she said that, she looked at me and she was like, right, that's what she said, right? That's the black side, right? I was like, she said that's the Caribbean side, as in it's next to the Caribbean Sea and like the islands, like geographically on the map, it is the Caribbean side, the island life. She said nothing about a race or ethnicity, so no, not right. It's not the black side, it's the Caribbean side. Y'all, that just rubbed me the wrong way. After she said that, I was like, mother, get your friend. Something else that pissed me off, you guys, and this one's a good one, okay? There were two instances in Egypt. There was this American man, of course. It's always an American man. Southern, of course. We were snorkeling. There was a part where it was going to get to like deeper water. And I didn't want to go in deeper water. I was like, no, I'm good. I will stay next to the shallow ends where I can, you know, put my feet down and like see the bottom. And this guy, the American man, we've been having issues with him throughout the whole trip, you guys. He was the type of person who raised their hand and be like, how many camels would you give to the father to buy the wife? Like, he was saying like just ignorant comments like that. And like, obviously I understand that is a part of Egyptian culture, that is something normal in their culture, but like he was just being flat out ignorant. Like, why are you saying that? You know, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here because I'm worried about sharks. And his response was, yeah, and I heard that they like dark meat. Like, excuse me? I was like, sir, did you hear that come out their mouths themselves? Did you ask them? Did you hear them say it? How did they say it? How do you find that out? How do you know? Like, I was so shocked, and my amazing, again, roommate Caitlin was like, what? Like, she was shook. She was like, do people really act like this in America? And I'm like, girl, you're gonna get the taste firsthand. This is how ignorant people are in America. So that was something that really pissed me off, one of them. Another thing that really pissed me off when I was in Egypt was someone just flat out said the N-word, looked me in the eye and said it. He was singing a song, we were all drinking, we were all vibing to music. There was a point in the song where the N-word comes up and he looked me in my eyes and he said it. And he immediately knew that he fucked up because as soon as he said it, he like that. And I looked at him and I was like, sir, we're literally in Africa. Like, really? Really? He was like, you can slap me. And I slapped him. My biggest thing is to always just follow your intuition. You're gonna know if something feels right and when it doesn't. Obviously, if it feels right, you still want to lead with caution, but you need to live your life. And you know, a lot of the amazing journeys that I've had wouldn't have happened if I didn't take a chance. It feels bad, you guys. It probably is bad, and you should steer away and go far away from that. So, meeting this girl who I literally went to her job interview, guys. I went to a random job interview in Prague at this like random like music club because we just hit it off. She was like, hey, I want you to see where I'm applying. You should come to this job interview with me. And I was like, okay. I'm gonna link the club or put the name of it here because it is a cool spot, you guys. If you're ever in Prague, you have to go look for Ella. Shout out my girl Ella. Tell her that Sheridan sent you. But she ended up getting the job, and I was like taking shots with her and her new boss, who was like this big Russian dude that spoke no English. Like, just crazy experiences that I've gone through by just taking a chance, but also following my intuition and realizing when was the good and appropriate time to take a chance. So, number one on this list, you guys, is 100% Thailand and Vietnam. Like, I look at travel videos every day on these places, and I just hear so many great things about traveling there, like in general, but I also hear great things of how it is for solo Black females traveling. So Thailand and Vietnam are definitely like on the top of the list for places that I want to travel in the coming years. I also really want to go to Ghana. I hear so many amazing spiritual things happening in Ghana, and I recently found out that I have, like, some of my roots are from Ghana as well. So I think it would be such an amazing trip just to go there and just like feel just like connected. For the longest time, I never knew what my ethnicity was. My whole family's from Louisiana, and so I just associate everything of who I am from Louisiana, which is 100% true. Like, that is still very much my culture. But I moved to New York, and people are like, what's your ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? And I literally didn't know what to tell them, you guys. So I recently did a DNA test, found out that I am part Nigerian and part Guyanan, and I love that because I have always been so fascinated about Ghana and going to visit. So to find out that I'm also part, like I have roots there to go and visit, I think it would just bring such a whole new meaning to the trip. Ready to go to Europe, you guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this together because this is real chaotic, but hopefully you enjoyed this, you got something out of this. Make sure to check next week's video, hopefully next week, we'll see, of me actually in Europe and see where I end up going, because surprisingly, I'm going to a lot of places, you guys. I don't know how I'm fitting all of these places that I'm going in 10 days, but we're gonna figure it out because that's what's booked. But anyway, make sure to subscribe if you've made it this far into the video, and because I'm not going anywhere. And we'll see you on the next video. We'll see you in Europe. All right, bye.